Top 10 Most Dangerous and Risky States to Live in America in 2024. Several U.S. cities remain infamous for their high crime rates and safety concerns. These urban areas struggle with issues like violent crime, drug-related offenses, and gang activities, which contribute to their dangerous reputations. Despite ongoing efforts to improve safety and community well-being, these cities face persistent challenges that affect residents' quality of life. Understanding the factors that lead to high crime rates in these cities is crucial for developing effective solutions and fostering safer environments. By examining these urban landscapes, we gain insights into the complexities and resilience of communities striving to overcome adversity. In this video, we will explore the 10 most dangerous cities in the United States in 2024. Counting down from the least dangerous to the most dangerous. Number 10. Missouri. Missouri is a beautiful state with so much to do and see, but there's a bit of danger lurking about. Just like any other state, living in Missouri comes with its own fair share of risks. It's true, there are some dangerous things in Missouri. Not so sure? Maybe you need some convincing, and that's okay. Keep watching for a few of the dangerous things in Missouri that can possibly lead to your untimely demise. The state's notorious ice storms are without a doubt among the most dangerous things in Missouri, and they can even be deadly. These seasonal storms cause traffic fatalities, power outages, and falling trees. Also, toasted ravioli, which is breaded and deep-fried, just might kill you. The number one cause of death in Missouri is heart disease, and these little nuggets of fabulousness might be making a contribution. We're not advocating that you avoid them entirely. Just eat in moderation. Not sure where to get your fill of the delightfully fried dish? Plan a visit to Charlie Gitto's on the Hill, an Italian restaurant in Missouri known for its perfectly toasted ravioli. Coming next is number 9. California. In California, high taxes with little bang for the buck, high crime, high living costs, poor quality of life issues, third world-style political management, all the usual products engendered by clueless voters indoctrinated via bombardments of leftist groupthink. Like New York, another once super great American state that has allowed the far left to fundamentally transform it into a mere shadow of its former self. Wherever he is today, I'm sure the late, unlamented Nikita Khrushchev is laughing at us as he watches his predictions about the left's beating us from within come true. Coming next is number 8. Oregon. The violent crime rate in the U.S. fell for 2 years in a row after an increase in 2020, according to annual estimates from the FBI. U.S. News and World Report said, after spiking by close to 30%, data also indicates the homicide rate was down by about 3% in 2022 compared with that first year of the COVID-19 pandemic. On the other hand, the company reported that property crimes such as vehicle theft and burglaries grew in the U.S. for the first time in 20 years. In Oregon, specifically, which ranked as the 8th most dangerous state, data show there were 2,935 property crimes for every 100,000 residents. With violent crimes, there were 342 incidents for every 100,000 people. Number 7 is Alaska. The single most dangerous thing I have seen in Alaska is clueless tourists. Was out golfing once. Yes, you can do this in Alaska, and there was a fairly large moose nearby. We were giving it a wide berth and respecting its territory. Suddenly, we hear the moose take off running and somebody saying, "Get the picture! Get the picture!" Note, more people are killed in moose-related encounters than by anything else in that state. Just saying. Oh, one other thing. Not really dangerous. More along the lines of funny the tourists would always ask, "Where can we see the magnificent eagles?" Our answer most often was, "Just go to the dump, they are nothing more than scavengers." Next is number 6, which is Tennessee. They may come few and far between, but those sirens are sure to go off at least once a year. Natural disasters in Tennessee are one of the worst things about living in Tennessee. Number 5 is Washington. As of the latest available data, Washington, D.C. has a higher crime rate compared to the national average, with property crime being more prevalent than violent crime. However, many areas popular with tourists are generally considered safe. such as the National Mall, Capitol Hill, and the Smithsonian Museums. As with any major city, it's important for tourists to exercise caution and be aware of their surroundings, especially in less touristy areas and at night. It's advisable to stay informed about the current safety recommendations and to take standard precautions while visiting. Next is Arkansas. Arkansas is susceptible to various natural disasters, including severe storms, tornadoes, floods, and occasional earthquakes, which can pose significant risks to residents and property. Arkansas had a violent crime rate of 645 per 100,000 people, which is near the average among the states that made the top 10. The report said violent crimes included murder, robbery, negligent manslaughter, rape, and aggravated assault. The report said Arkansas has a property crime rate of 2,452 per 100,000 people. Number 3 is Colorado. The sudden influx of people makes it nearly unbearable to live here. Since 2014, housing across the whole state has went up to unaffordable costs. Insurance has went up very high, property taxes and rent is high. You can't enjoy the outdoors and get away because there is so many people in those once secluded areas. Wildlife is being driven out by new development. Basically, the newcomers made Colorado as shitty as the states they came from. The second most dangerous state in the USA is Louisiana. In Louisiana, you could get lost easily. There are large alligators out there, venomous snakes, and bacteria that can eat your flesh if it gets into wounds. The water is cold enough in winter to kill you fast. The bottom is covered in a lot of cypress stumps that can rip a hole in the bottom of a boat. I go out in them a lot, but I always wear a life jacket in a boat, keep a pistol on board for gators, and keep antiseptic on hand to douse scrapes and cuts. It is pretty safe if you just take a little care to follow some safety rules. If you don't know what you are doing, go with a guide that knows what is what. Don't swim where it is not safe and just relax. It is beautiful out there, and bird watching is amazing. Leave an itinerary with someone on land and give them an idea of when you are returning to dock. That way, if you break down, they can send wildlife and fisheries to find you. At number 1. Chicago does not come up among them. Don't be surprised about that. Here comes the most dangerous city in the United States, New Mexico. Given the Disney associations, mice and other rodents don't seem particularly threatening. Undesirable, sure, but lethal? While New Mexican rodents are hardly closet assassins, they can carry potentially fatal diseases. Out of the 134 human plague cases reported in the U.S. since 1990, 65 of these occurred in New Mexico. Hantavirus, a disease carried by mice, has resulted in 208 deaths since 1993. Out of these cases, 91 were in New Mexico. Not huge numbers given the state's overall population, but something to think about. Thanks you so much, friends and viewers. Kindly appreciate me by liking the video and subscribe to my channel to see more related videos.